get it on the fly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our playbook. I know that we look a little weird right now. We're just missing one person, so layout is not set perfectly for 5 instead of 6. But
We're missing a part of Voltron.
yes. But Finra should be here any minute. She is just trying to get everything started. Weather is very icky outside, as we all know, and a lot of people just got home. While we're waiting, piece of information, we actually now have basically every social media for the Nerdy Playbook. So you can check us out on Discord on the same name, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, even TikTok. So if you want to check out any funny videos,
when did we get a TikTok?
A couple days ago. Yeah.
Wow.
We're so cool.
Yep. We are firing on all engines. We got
the same as Facebook Reels.
Check out our Discord site if you wanna check out any of the artwork or check out any of the things that we're posting. And we'll be starting to do we'll start to do charities pretty soon. I'm just trying to figure out the whole concept of how to do it, but most likely we were going to start off with the Trevor Project, so stay tuned for that. I'm just trying to master it to make sure that I'm not gonna do it without actually ruining the whole process. So yeah. So it looks like Finra is actually loading in. We're just
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear
good.
you, Spirit.
Yay!
If someone
safe.
wants to check the stream to make
Me
sure we
too.
sound okay, or waiting for Finra to actually load.
You sound good.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
So,
Wait, do you have music playing right now?
no.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm wait.
Yeah, not right now. So, where you all left off, you're able to, or at least most of you, minus one person who decided to take a nap at the end, all decided to break in unsuccessfully into the witch's hut. Ran out, found out that you were a little bit over your head. In chase, trying to get away, having Henry as your guide, you're able to eventually decide that you were able to kill the 2 gargoyles, and you're able to assumably kill the witch. You weren't able to stop to make sure, but you did actually do some severe damage to her as she did fall down. But you decided to keep moving on. As you headed back to town, you all decided to take a break, get Henry some food. As Mexis, you were talking to your dragon friend. A bunch of clansmen decide to take the opportunity to see this dragon out in the open, completely defenseless, and try to take the opportunity to try to slay him for either material gain, some kind of material gains, whether it's actually something to mount on their wall or actual money for product to sell. In the process, he quick flew off, took Mexis with him. The guards of Khalid didn't care about the situation. They just saw whoever was there. They froze you in your place and arrested all of you. Taking you back, some of you got to actually meet each other, or at least were able to converse more than just what you've already have, since none of you have really had a chance to really sit down and chat. You all got sent over to essentially this location, which is the prison for Khalid. Finra, being a soldier, they took her to investigate and took her word that your group really had nothing to do with it. But Renora is not part of that group.
Nope.
You're all told that you really can't leave yet until further investigation is completed, but you're welcome to have food, free roaming of the facilities, but you're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to go outside. By all intents and purposes, you're technically not under arrest, but you're kind of more or less just under house arrest. Just making sure like don't leave town, but in this case they're just like just don't leave the building. On the other side, Mexis, you were able to convince your dragon friend to try to help you. He said the best offering is to take you over to the town clerics, a group of female-only led clerics that are called the Madams, that are on the highest point of Khalid, next to the highest point, which is technically the mountain itself. Most of them have took a vow of silence, with the exception of the head madam, who has decided to allow you to stay. And she said in 2 days' time, she can help you. She can take you there down and try to work with you with the actual government of the area to try to make proper sense of the situation.
I didn't know it was 2 days. Oh,
She told you 2 days.
no. Okay.
So, some of you got some food. And everybody went to go get a rest. First off, everybody is level 4. You all can heal yourself if you didn't already take a long rest.
Thank the God.
Making sure, okay, music is playing.
Before the rest of the group gets up, can I do something?
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up early, and I'm going to walk back down to the jail cell area and walk up to that half-orc that was trying to talk to everybody and get out of whatever situation she was in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go up to her. So, I'm guessing you like to make easy money?
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm all about, baby. What's up? What you got?
What kind of work do you do?
What you need?
How's a mercenary gig sound to you?
Oh, beautiful. I love it. A girl after my own heart. Wait, shoot. Are you a man or woman?
I'm
Is that in character?
No, this is not in character. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. It's
I-
you're not a
I
guy
get
or a
very
girl. Or are
offensive.
they a...
Excuse me? No.
Have you seen
Oh,
that
man.
ass? She's clearly...
Okay. Okay, back in character. Shit, now I have the giggles.
Sorry. What was it?
We broke her, guys.
Her character is a
first.
girl.
Okay,
Just
thank God. Thank you.
I was like, I don't think we
I'm not
I don't think
actually
we have
trying to
any
insult your
gender bends.
character.
We don't have any gender bends this campaign.
By the way,
Yeah.
Finra, I don't know if you know or not, but we do not have your camera.
Yeah, I know. It's still loading. It's
Alright,
the
that's fine.
wonderful internet.
I mean,
that I have.
everybody's in the right
Technical
spot, so it's
difficulties.
fine. So, yeah.
Yep.
We can
making sure
still
you know.
hear you,
You're doing
and that's
great.
all that... Yeah.
As long as you can hear me, we're good.
Yes.
So, the order members that are still on this island, I'd like to get rid of them.
Oh, I can make that happen.
What would you say to every member you find and do 50 gold? Any of the higher ups? 100?
Yeah, I would love to do that. My only drawback that I'm having at this current moment is being stuck in this cell. So if you can help me get out of here, I will kill any and everybody. You just point and they're dead.
Are you sure I can do that? Do I have your word that you'll take this contract?
Oh, of course. And then I'll like extend my hand through the bars for a shake.
Shake her hand. We have a deal. Money
All
will
right.
be given to you upon confirmation of death. I want them all gone. I'll be back, and then I'm gonna walk out to the rest of the group.
Oh,
That's one way to solve that problem.
I'm assuming at this point, most of the group is kind of in the mess hall.
Helga is trying to find any form of meat and alcohol that she can because she's tired of porridge and leaf water.
There is
So-
not much of alcohol here. This is a prison, but there is plenty of meats. It's mostly what you can find as far as food. It is more hearty than nutrition. You're finding meats, breads, stews. You find very little amount of, if you're actively looking for it, vegetables.
Thank God,
occasionally,
because
like,
I didn't want them
peas,
anyways.
But there's like no like hearty, like thick vegetables.
Nope, she wants meat. She will take scraps. She will take, hell, she will eat bones. Her jaws are strong enough.
You all have
Meat,
the availability
anything.
to procure food without cost. You are essentially kind of like guests in a sense. So you do get 2 allotted meals a day. You can have them whenever you want.
2?
Mhm.
Only 2?
2.
Well, then she's gonna stuff some jerky or something back in like her
I
pocket.
did the
'cause shit,
research
she's-
about this. 2 meals is what you get. I did research. You get 2.
Well, Helga's
Um,
stashing some stuff away from later because she's hungry all the damn time. So
It's free meals.
yeah, but you only get 2 of them.
And
Before I go to the mess hall, I would like to pray to Zula, the god of the storms, who I pray to, wishing for the best of luck on today and to watch out for us on our journey. And may the storm be good.
Here. Give me a religion check.
Sure, I haven't rolled one of those. I have to do cleric things, right?
Cleric things.
I mean, you don't
Cleric
have
things,
to,
10.
but we'd like it if
10.
you would.
I mean, just like any other prayer you do, you don't know if it's necessarily hitting the God you pray to. You're just doing the process you were told to do. You're not feeling a difference in any other prayer you have. You're just hoping that, I'm praying, hopefully, they hear me. But nothing else really changes. Anything anybody wants to do specifically at this current moment?
Where are the stables? Like, we wanted to go see Henry?
So the stables are they're not accessible to you because they're outside.
Damn.
You could see the stables, but you could not walk to them. So essentially, like, they're kind of like out in the street a little bit, but they're a separate building. You can
Okay.
essentially see like the carriage, but you don't see Henry. You can assume maybe he's in a blind spot due to where the stables are located. But you do see that like the specific stables you're looking at are essentially like repossessed items of motion. You do see another carriage there. It's kind of busted up. It looks like maybe someone tried to get away in a high speed like chase on carriage, and then they had to essentially like use maces to try to like throw at the actual wheels to bust it. So you can see it's kind of like all twisted up and laying on the ground. You see a couple other horses sitting there. They look like they're specifically not like locked as in harmed, but looks like they're made where instead of just tying up with a rope, they actually lock so no one can take them. And you see what looks like give me a perception check or investigation, one of the two.
Okay. Perception. Oh, they're both the same, so, yay. 19.
19. You see 2 other things that kind of grab your attention. You're not quite sure what they are. You can make an assumption, but you find one that has what looks like kind of like a 2 large like racks you hang on, and it has these large what looks like dragon wings on top of them. Another one specifically looks like it's a similar device, but it has some kind of mechanical object on it. It kind of looks like a large crossbow.
Okay. And then also, if I can, I don't know if it'd be like an insight check on myself, but like, do I still see or sense that creature that I ran into the forest, the one who told me to hunt and kill, and like I know he put his hand on my chest, so like can I do an like insight check to see if I've sensed him or see him?
It would be a very, very, very high DC. The only way I could really say that if you could really want to really check it without issue is if you had like a detect magic or anything like that. But if you want to, yeah, you can give yourself an insight check. It would just be a very high DC.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Okay, yeah, just because he moves like the wind when it comes to you. You don't know the pattern on how he shows up, but you do know that when he showed up, you didn't really feel different. You do know he did leave that marking on you. But even the marking doesn't necessarily feel different. You just feel the pain of that marking. It's like kind of like
a brand.
Not like you got burned, but almost like a very well healed scar. Like you feel like you feel like a weird pressure there. Like if you know later on burned. Like I got burns on my hand from when I was a child.
Yeah.
You know, you still can feel that when you touch them, but when you just forget about it, you don't notice it's there.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to get yelled at again.
Oh, sure.
So.
I mean, yeah, you don't know how or what he is. I will describe him to you as best I can from when you saw him. I mean, he was like roughly about 7 to 8 feet tall. He was very like, as far as nude, he was kind of dressed up, kind of more woodland creature, wearing the basic necessities, some garbs that covered off his mid-region. The rest of his body was mostly covered off in mud stains, and then he wore a big, huge skull helm.
Yep.
You can, because you are a hunter, well, not a class hunter, but you do hunt, you can give me a history check to see if you can at least kind of compare him to something you might have seen before.
10.
He does look familiar to a creature you might have read about, but it's not clicking to you. Like, it's like he does look familiar, not exactly, but you can't pinpoint exactly where you've seen him from. We're gonna pause this group. We're gonna head over to Mexis. So Mexis is the next day. You have slept in this bed that you were graciously offered, and you decided to accept the offer, even though you were used to sleeping outside. As you're covered with big, huge fur blankets, due to the fact is they don't really have like glass windows. It is, it's just stone walls that have like a little exposed part of them. It's very comfortable. Whether or not you find it a little bit still uncomfortable, since this is not really your kind of scene.
No, I totally fell asleep complete. I've had the best sleep ever.
But about 8 in the morning, as you see a little bit of sun peeking in through, just enough where it kind of like beams over your head as the skylight is behind you against the wall. You can kind of see like the light just kind of gleaming over you. You can kind of hear birds flying in the wind as you live in the nature a lot. Based off the sounds, it's probably it's dawn. And you hear a knock on the door, and without any words, you just hear a knock, and then just about a minute of quiet, and then you hear another knock as waiting to see if you are awake.
Just a second. And I tried to I don't know, look. Is there like a looking glass or anything in the room that
there
I
is
can
a mirror
just to check? Okay.
It's very small. It's like a vanity mirror.
I feel like I just tried to brush the leaves down a little bit and just like.
Even though this is like a clerical space, it is still gorgeous. They take quite great pride in making sure they know what they have. But you hear the turn of the knob opens up as you see it. You're unable to know if this is the one that walked you, since most of them look the same, cloaked up. But you see long strands of hair. She head nods to you.
You're one of the ones that can't speak. Okay.
She just has her hands crossed. She's got around her hands. They're not. It looks like she's specific, locking her hands together with beads, but they're not tight. She's just has beads wrapped around her hands and just hanging. She looks like she's not bound as a restraint. It's just maybe something she's doing.
I mimic her her hands.
She just looks at you, and then she just steps aside, and she just gestures you to follow her out the room.
Okay.
She starts walking, and she starts heading to the north side of the building. Starts going down some steps, as you are still technically one of the top floors.
How big are these steps?
The steps themselves are not too big for you. They are roughly just basic size steps, but they are stone slabs, so you have to kind of like walk each step very carefully due to the fact that you are smaller, as each step is still kind of like a more of a hurdle. But
I'm gonna hop.
okay, so you're gonna hop on each step.
Hop down the stairs. Yeah.
You can kind of figure out that due to the amount of floors, you probably have been escorted down 4 floors.
Cool.
Eventually, brought down.
Does a lot of hopping.
Eventually, brought down into what looks like what you would kind of consider a keeper's room. This would be like you see just shelves of scrolls, more scrolls than books. As you know, as you would resemble it in the Feywilds, as this would be to you a library.
Oh.
As each scroll is properly kept, and it actually has a golden cap on each end to make sure it does not age improperly and that doesn't unwrap itself inside there. Each scroll itself looks like it's made of a material that is much more refined than basic parchment. It looks like it's almost kind of like a well-sewn wool. So it doesn't really degrade too much. As she stops midway, and you just see these long aisles of 3 different aisles between all these different shelves. So she just kind of looks in a certain direction as you see the head matron at the end, sitting at a large desk with 2 candlelights at each desk, and she looks like she's reading at one of the scrolls.
Hi, good morning.
She immediately looks like shh.
Oh. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Come.
Okay, I'm coming.
As she just kind of does like a little magical gesture as one of the chairs actually opens itself up for you to sit.
Oh, that's a funny trick.
You even see that like if you leap up into it, the chair itself rises to make up for your height, so you actually are at like sitting level to the table.
This is a cool chair. Yay.
As she has like these very intricate like reading glasses that she has got over her nose, as you're just like 1 second, as she's just like putting her fingers across a few more texts, as she just rolls it up, takes off her glasses, folds them together, and she just kind of puts them in like a little pouch that she's got on like right underneath her armpit. So how was your sleep?
Good. That was a very comfortable bed. I've never slept in such a comfortable bed. It was really nice, and it was really nice to hear some birds this morning and the sun coming through. I really like that there's no there's no window, and that was really nice. And I've never slept in such a nice place.
She's just drinking some tea. Glad you enjoyed it. Here, as she just slides a cup towards you and just pours you very similar tea to what she gave you the previous night. Please have a little nip to wake yourself up. She just holds up her tray, and she just blows down a little bit, and she just takes another very ladylike sip off of it, and she just gently puts it down. She just looks at you as she takes like a little bit of sugar out of it, and she just starts stirring it in as she's talking to you. She just slides one of the scrolls off the side. So I was thinking, I feel like with this 2 days of time, there's no point of really just sitting around. I offered to help you and your friends help me, but I was able to send the word out to the garrison at the bottom of the hill. It seems
What's
like
the
they're...
garrison?
I think of it as a group of soldiers that we contact. It's a specific team that sticks together to cover up that area. I was able to send word down to them. They're willing to take our accompaniment early. It seems like there's been some developments down there. I was asking about your friends. It seems like they're currently not in as much trouble as you thought.
Oh, that's good.
But there's still some legal
Phew.
matters that has to be at hand. As she
What about
stirs-
Henry? Is Henry okay?
I'm sorry, Henry?
The horse.
I was not told about a horse, but I'm sure we
Oh.
can figure that out when we get down there.
Okay, he was really good. He was owned by the witch. Remember I was telling you about the witch? Well, it's the actual horse that we took. He was so nice to us, and he took us in out of the woods, and he tried to save us. And so I want to make sure he's treated well, because I told him I would make sure he got good owners and people who would treat him correctly.
Well, we can definitely make sure that it's brought up. If you're mostly
Okay.
worried about possession of an animal and carriage, we will definitely take care of that. It seems like a lot of her weight has been taken off her shoulders due to this already kind of fixing itself.
I actually don't. I don't really need a horse. I have a stag.
Oh, a stag.
Uh-huh.
But she looks around. It's not here, is it?
Oh, he's not here, silly.
Oh,
He's
oh,
not
God.
here right now. That's silly.
I've been across a couple stags. I mean, sometimes bringing them inside is not the really most fruitful thing. And
Oh, he's so good though. He's such a good boy.
it's also the first time I've ever seen someone refer to a stag as a companion. But weirder things have been
I've
happening
had
the
him
past 2
since
weeks.
I was little.
Oh,
Like I was a wee tat. Like
That
a
makes
little.
sense.
My ears were so much longer than my head. Yeah, I've had him since I was yay high ears.
She just leans forward as she's listening to you. She refills her tea. She covers it. She tops you off a little bit. She just puts a little more sugar. She drinks. She looks at you. Well, there's nothing immediate that we can do about this right now. I mean, we can't be accepted to be brought down there until midday. Still got a couple hours
Oh,
before we can head down
okay.
there. It doesn't take us too long to get down there anyway. We do have a carousel that brings our way down. It
Oh,
takes about a good
carousel.
time.
What's a carousel?
It's a rotating object that takes you from a higher spot to a lower spot. It's something that was created for us to specifically make us be able to get up and down. You can think of it kind of like an elevator, but it's a little bit more extravagant.
Oh, what's an elevator?
Oh, a thing that
It's
lifts
like a
you up to
carousel.
it's a thing that lifts you up to different levels of an object without having to physically put effort into it. Think of it as a floating floor, but with mechanical parts.
Like magic?
Essentially, but made more of a man.
Humans know how to make something that acts like magic that's not magic?
I mean, it's very primitive, but yeah, there's been many upgrades in engineering in the late so many years, and this is one of those fruits.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, you know what? I'll show you when we get there. But
Okay,
she stands up and she, finishes her tea as she covers the kettle.
But what I was saying is, I guess I don't really need possession of Henry, because how can you possess a creature that has actually a brain, and that has a mind and a thought of its own? It's more I just want to make sure he has a good life, because he wasn't having a good life before.
Well, we'll tackle that when we get down there. I'm sure
Okay.
if he's being out of your hands, it's specifically because maybe they find out that maybe someone has claimed him already as maybe their
Oh.
companion, much like you have your stag. You
Oh.
wouldn't expect someone to automatically just claim your stag as a companion without your permission, right?
They could try.
Well, you understand though that the basic concept that they couldn't just take your stag from you just by saying.
No, I mean he wouldn't let. He wouldn't. That could end very ugly.
Fair enough.
He's got pointy antlers.
Well, either way, we still got a couple hours.
Okay.
Feel free to walk amongst the grounds. If you just want to meet me on the top floor where I met you outside, in say 2 hours time, we can take the carousel on our way down.
Okay. Is there a garden?
There are you asking her or are you asking me?
I'm asking her.
We have several gardens ordained all throughout the place, but if you're looking for something more grand, if you head down a couple floors, we actually do have our it's think of it as the whole floor that's mostly meant for gardening.
Oh, okay. Is it indoors or outdoors?
Yes.
Ooh, fascinating! Yes, I would like to see this. Yes.
Well, feel free. Head your way there. You do not need any accompaniment, as she immediately looks at the matron that brought you in, and she just kind of waves her off. As she just kind of bows, and then she walks off, heading to some other business. If you just want to take the steps you took down to get here, just go down 2 more floors, and it's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, is there any food? My stomach rumble.
Well, I mean, there's food on that floor. Many of the vegetation is available to eat.
Oh. Okay. Yay. Thank you.
During this 2 hours, I am unfortunately very busy. I gotta take care of a few things before we head down. So please enjoy. But she really just kind of passes over this little. It's like a very very small hourglass that she passes to you. She immediately flips it over. If you keep this level, don't keep flipping it, but if you keep it level, by the time the sand drops is when we're going to be ready. And then she just kind of just taps it as it fills up enough sand to make it 2 hours long.
Can I put it in my pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. I carefully put it in my pocket.
She just like looks, she's like, She taps it again with another spell, and she just kind of tips it over, and you can notice that the sand is constantly moving in one direction, even if you unbalance it. That should help.
Oh, thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Right
as she just kind of
the
does
spoon
a couple gentle rubs on your head without making it seem too demeaning, as she just immediately just starts walking off. Please enjoy, and help yourself to whatever food is available to you over in the garden.
Does anybody else talk besides you?
Not currently at this current time. Many of our matrons have taken a vow of silence during this during the specific solstice.
How could you not talk? That's so strange. I can't imagine ever being able to talk. That would be very strange. I would just want to tell everybody everything.
Well, certain sacrifices are made to appeal to greater powers, and this is their way of doing that.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Humans are funny.
She just starts just gently patting you on the back, like coaxing your way out that she's talking to you, as she's just like, yeah, I'm just nodding to you and stuff.
Okay.
She meets you at the stairwell as she starts heading upstairs. Please enjoy. And she starts walking up and just kind of trying to hint to you that she's in a rush.
That was strange. Now I'm talking to myself. This is strange. I'm just gonna start heading down the stairs.
Okay. So as you start heading your way down, you pass one floor, and then you start noticing that the steps past the first floor immediately start having like moss and greens and vines growing through them, almost like they're so thick they're kind of almost breaking a few of the actual bricks and stone that make up the actual wall inside here. Not so much it's actually breaking the foundation, but just enough where it's just like growing through the mountain. As you get here, you notice that you're essentially, you look outside, you notice you're right in the middle, as this whole floor is like cut right in the middle of the mountain, as if like the top part above you is being held on stilts above this floor, and this floor is just a whole green of bushes and long different rows of purposely grown vegetation of different kinds. Everything from rose bushes to cherry blossom trees to just anything you could think of that exists in this realm is growing there, as long as it doesn't bring in negative energy into this area. You see that the way that she's mentioned that's both inside and out is that almost like a waterfall, the greens almost branch out of the mountain and just hang there as they just consistently. You see that something about this is actually purposely growing it, as some of the vines, you're actually watching them consistently grow throughout the brick as you're slowly, like very, very slowly but slightly, but you can see there's some kind of magic in this area that's keeping the vegetation from dying. It's constantly actively growing it throughout the area.
Well, look at you go.
But
I turn into my spring style, so I'm all like bright and shiny. I'm not just green.
You do see there's a couple matrons. These ones look a little different, as they do not have hoods up. They're wearing long gowns, and their calligraphy on them is silver and a pastel green to them. And they are walking around with what looks like shearing knives and specific watering tubs to specifically help coax the plants into proper direction.
Oh, that's funny. I just go up to one of the plants and be like, "Can you go that way?" And you point. That way. Go that way.
Are you communing with nature?
Yeah.
Are you going to cast the spell Commune with Nature?
I'm going to... I don't know if I have that spell. No,
I was
I don't
gonna
have that
say.
spell.
Okay. You try to point. It doesn't necessarily listen, but you do see one of the ladies walking over to you, and she just crouches down. She doesn't speak, but she just looks at you and smiles. And then she just gently takes her hand underneath one of it as it just starts blossoming right above her hand.
Oh.
As she just gently pushes it towards you, as it starts not touching you, but curling around you like a snake and just covering you, and you just feel like a warmth of energy that you feel like home with, as you feel a natural radiance that only exists in nature is glowing on you. As she just kind of, after that, she just kind of boops you on the nose as she steps up and she starts walking over and she starts watering some more stuff.
I like the plants here. I wonder if they have any fave plants. Oh, and I start running around, looking around for my favorite kind of berry for my house, and I was just like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
You do see a couple with a quick glance with what you have for time. As you see two specific fey plants that exist at least in the Fey wilds. One specifically, as you know, is kind of like a white version of a four-leaf clover, but it drapes down and really long. You see that they have kind of a pasture of a few of these, and then you see that another one that they have that you know that's in the Feywild, but you've never seen it here, is specifically this green one that naturally consistently under good lighting kind of naturally blooms this gold and silver radiance off it, kind of like a dandelion.
Oh, look at you! It's been so while since I've seen you. And I put my hand through the little radiance and be like, oh, how I missed that. But I'm having a lot of fun in there. What are you doing here? How have you been here for so long? It must be very much trying to cultivate you, because it must be. Are you happy? I hope you're happy. Are you getting enough food and light? You must be, because you look like you're very well taken care of.
Anything specifically you want to do in the garden?
I'm gonna find some food.
Okay. You do see that there are. Well, it looks like the two of the matrons here. One of their jobs is also to pick some of the vegetation and bring it up to the actual kitchen area. And you do see some trays available that you're willing to that you're offered to grab from. It sees some stems of different kind of vegetation. Some of them are they're mostly varied versions of what we know. You see like a carrot, but it's more kind of has like pinkish hue to it, and it kind of like splits off into different points, kind of like a little hybrid. You see kind of like a version of cauliflower, but it kind of like almost has like a black and like cream color to it, kind of a thing. But there's like all these.
And I take a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. I like food. A little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and just start eating it.
You even see that one of the matrons has actually taken her lunch break as she sits on one of the many like park benches they got here, and she made herself a little picnic basket of different produce that she got from the area. She just puts out this little plate and she just starts like cutting, like very delicately, like someone who takes like a piece of broccoli and still cuts it into pieces for themselves. And she's just gently like providing herself some food.
I hand her a carrot.
She just looks at you. She nods. She takes the carrot and she just presses it amongst your hand. And she just looks at you, and then she just accepts it as she takes it away.
I just speak to myself and go, these humans are strange. That's okay. But
She
most
shakes her
humans
head,
are,
yes.
So it makes sense.
As you can see, she doesn't look like a regular human. She actually is. Well, she's a tiefling, but she has very curly
You
horns,
have
and she's.
pointy ears and you have horns. I didn't know humans could have horns. Humans have horns.
She takes your hand and then she just drops her head down and she allows you to like touch her horns.
Oh.
As you can feel, the specific horns that she has are very smooth and not very ridgy as a normal tiefling would if they were more of an infernal tiefling, as her horns almost curl up, kind of like a coil. She has kind of like a cream pink skin color with very, very short hair, but she just allows you to as they're kind of growing off of more the center of her forehead than the sides of her head, but they're very, very short in the curl.
Oh. Well, thank you for letting me touch your horns. I've never seen a human with horns before.
She just looks at you. She looks like she does a little snicker, but she makes no sound out of her mouth.
I'm just gonna keep eating my vegetables.
Okay. We're gonna head back over to the group. So, what would you all like to do?
I mean, Helga's still in the like mess hall area, so like I don't know if we want to have a group powwow to like compare notes, because
before I went and joined you guys, I wanted to go find the officer that I had talked to before that had let my friends go.
Okay, so you go find the officer.
Go.
He is still kind of by the jails, but there's like a room between where you are and where the cells are, where it's like almost like a guard's room. And that's where he's currently sitting with a couple other guards.
I'm gonna go up to the door and knock. Excuse me.
One of the guards, not specifically him, slides over the window. What do you need?
I was walking around and I saw one other member that you have here in the cell. I thought she'd run off when we were out and you found us, but I guess you guys got her, and I wanted to see if you can let her go.
He looks at you. He unlocks the door and lets you in. The one that originally let you go. Is she part of your group, or I'm confused? I thought we released all the friends that you had.
I thought all the friends I had were the ones I saw. I didn't realize that she was in here, otherwise I would have pointed her out as well. Yeah, she's a more recent part of our group, but she's been with our group for a little bit.
Deception check.
Oh.
Bum bum bum.
Done.
Let's see how this goes.
You got this.
10. I will have him do an insight check on you.
How much are you gonna work for this?
Yep.
He got an 8.
Yes.
So
She's totally our friend the entire time.
whether he
Yeah.
just doesn't care, or maybe it's too much paperwork to deal with, or just he's just not that familiar with you, so he doesn't know your tells. But he just looks at the two other members that are with him. I mean, if you say that she's part of your group, he steps up. He grabs the ring of keys. He's like, "All right, follow me." As he opens up the door that leads into the room. Which one is it?
I'm gonna point over to her and just shout out, "Hey, I forgot that they had you down here. I didn't realize you were in here, and I got the guards to let you out to come join the rest of us."
Oh,
I
thank
know-
you.
Yeah, I thought you had gotten away, but obviously they threw you in here, so come on out,
Yeah.
let's go grab breakfast.
Okay, so
Anybody could have made that mistake.
he takes the key, he puts it in his own lock safe. He looks at both of you before he lets you out. It's just like, is there anybody else? Or is that it? As you start hearing a bunch of other people like, "Oh, come on, didn't you want to let me out? I mean, we've been friends forever. Come on, don't hold us out like that. Don't do us like this."
The Goliath that's in there that got his ass kicked is like, please.
No,
Yeah, look at
he's still
every
sitting down.
single
He's
one
like,
of 'em.
"I'm not fucking with this.
No, this is the last one.
All right. As he lets you walk past him, Renora. All right.
Okay.
Well, don't go too far. We have apparently one of the clerics are coming down with a friend of yours. Apparently they're here to deal with some of the civil disputes, so don't go too far. They should be here in a couple hours.
This is gonna talk a lot.
I just know that the main matron's coming down. She has got some good authority with our chief. So he says we got to talk
Okay.
to her. So we got to talk to her.
Well, much appreciated.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna go on my way.
Just do me a favor in the future. If you're not part of any of these problems, just do yourself a favor. Just walk away.
It doesn't always turn out that way, and I'm gonna do like a little salute and a wink and walk away.
He just like looks. He's like, "All right, fine." As he just kind of puts the keys back on the table and he closes the door.
I'm gonna copy the salute that she does and just follow her.
He's just like, just go.
Nice.
Double trouble.
Oh no.
Anything you guys want
Love
to
it.
do before the 2 hours?
Well, like I said, I was hoping to compare notes about,
You want to do your
because we
powwow?
still got to go back and get these
So,
missing children, right?
FYI,
So, like,
you're in the mess hall, so nothing can be hidden in the mess hall. So if you guys want to talk privately, where you're obviously not want to hear someone say that Renora is actually not one of your friends, you might want to go somewhere else.
right. I mean, it doesn't have to be in the mess hall. I feel like we still need to go get these missing kids, and Helga has no idea what's going on. And Mr. Little Boy Blue over here, and the other,
Wow.
and the other hothead seem to know a lot more than
Big
she
talk
does.
for
so she
someone who
just
did more
wants to,
work than
like,
you, even though you were hired to do the work for him.
The guide leading the guide. I
Be
don't
quiet,
know.
DM.
Where is Xander right now?
Xander's with the rest
Sanders
of
in
the
the mess hall.
Yep.
Okay.
So
you're
I
all
just
in the
feel
mess
like
hall?
we need to. At least Helga would like to be clued in on what the hell is actually going on. So, and like I said, the other two seem to have a little bit more knowledge about these missing kids than she does. So,
I would have
Okay.
brought Renora back to the barracks area where no one can overhear us before I went and got the other two. Just to talk.
Perfect. Yeah. Give me the deets. What's happening? Where? Who are these order people that you want me to kill?
Let's just say
Where are you guys
They-
during this?
I think we all went to the barracks.
They went to the barracks.
Well, I
yeah.
went with I took Renora to the barracks. I thought you guys were still in the
Mhm.
mess hall.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
okay.
if you were coming.
So-
back
I'm
to
getting the
get
down
us.
low before we meet up with
So
you guys.
before we
Yeah.
do that, the barracks is very, very vast. So you guys are talking some pretty sketch stuff. So where in the barracks are you going to go? There's specific rooms that you guys were loaned to. There's like a barracks break room, but it's shared with a lot of other people. Where do you guys want to go?
To the rooms we were loaned to, and I'm just gonna make sure that nobody is around me when I'm talking.
Okay, so
I'm also just gonna check around as we make our way there, make sure we're not being followed.
Okay, both of you can give me a perception check that actively make sure that you're keeping your eyes and ears out for anybody spying or creeping up on you.
13.
13.
I got 13. You got 9.
So I'm not going to tell you the
You lied. 9.
Okay, so I'm not going to give you guys a result of what it is now because it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'll keep
That's
that in there. So you guys are within the room. The room itself doesn't necessarily have like a door that actually shuts. It just has kind of like a small like movable gate that just, you know, it's not like a cell door, but it's just like a half gate that does it because it's not supposed to be necessarily meant for privacy. But there currently outside right now, there is nobody within like earshot. Who's all in the room? Is it just Finra and Renora?
Yeah, because this would be like right after we walked up the stairs, so,
Got
like
it.
saluted the guard.
All right, so you're in the
Yeah.
room. Go ahead.
So who are these order people? Is that what you said?
No, that's the order. They recently just disbanded us, and most of them have left at this point, enough that the herd is thinned out that I can actually put my plan into motion. Basically, I want them all dead. They are so not worth living. I'll pay for it.
Perfect. But like, how do I identify these people? I mean, I don't mind going around killing all willy-nilly, but I'm sure the other people will mind. So
Willy-nilly.
The officers have made some names for themselves. They're pretty high up. Most of the other soldiers are, and I'm gonna look down at the tattered remains of most of my uniform. Basically this uniform, but looks a little nicer.
okay. And then I'll just like give you like a once over and I'd be like, all right, got it. Wait, hold on. And then I'm gonna pull out a little like sketchbook and like do a really crude drawing of your outfit and be like, okay.
Get paid
No,
for
yeah.
it.
I got it. Yeah.
As long as you don't make yourself noticeable.
Me?
Don't let people catch on.
No.
They would stand out like a sore thumb. You would have anybody here would have at least crossed one of them before, and it would have been very secretive that they weren't the order. Like they would have been walking around like the mob, kicking doors down, basically saying like, you know, give us free food. We're the freaking order, kind of like that. A bunch of you know what they look like. They all have a very similar kind of like tunic. But yeah, you would be able to recognize
that makes sense. Renora is just kind of self-absorbed and doesn't really care / notice other people unless she needs to.
Fair enough.
So like they're just kind of
Are you on
gray
my
blobs
radar?
in her periphery. Cool. Okay. So what's your crew doing now? Why'd you guys all get out?
We have a friend who kind of would get us out, and that dragon that you were going to kill is a friend of my friend.
Oh. Was it?
Only reason you are out is because I need you.
Okay.
Mess
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't anything personal with the dragon, right? I can't resist an angry mob. I mean, who can? Am I right? Yeah?
Anybody?
More
Someone say I'm right.
Anybody?
Who can resist
Sorry,
the
what'd you
mob?
say?
You might want to show some restraint, especially with this job. You don't want to draw attention to yourself.
Okay. I see. No, I got you. I won't. Me? Draw attention? Why, never. I would never do such a thing.
There's 2 others in my group. For all they know, known you before. They're gonna keep it that way. Old friends.
All right.
You know, we just met and I hired you on. For not
No.
to let them know. What's your name?
My name's Renora. And you are?
Irna. I shake her hand again.
Shake your hand. Nice to meet you, Firna. I think
Business with you.
like at mid shake, I'm gonna like with my other arm like pull you in for like a hug. Be like, I think we're gonna be really good friends. What you
I'm gonna
think?
back up. Here for a job.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Professional only. I got you. No worries.
I check my purse and make sure it's still there.
Smart girl. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but no, you smart.
Let's go catch up with the others then. Do you have any other questions before we leave?
Nope.
Introduce you to the other two.
Let's go.
Okay.
Then we head back to the mess hall.
Okay, so head back to the mess hall. During this time, Helga or Xander, were you doing anything specific, or were you guys just chilling?
I was just chilling.
I guess looking around the room as we're eating, kind of observing what's going on around us.
Okay. If you're actively just like looking around, you do notice that there are, there's several different groups of people that are, either on break or they're on leave or they're specifically doing something that is something that seems like outside of the normal parameters around here. Maybe they're like you hear a mention of like picking up some missions that don't actually are part of Khalid. You hear Nilithir as one of the main words, as you know that's the main kingdom for the elves. You do hear. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, bad. Oh, that sucked. I think it's 4.
4.
Yep, a whole 4.
Yeah, I mean you hear like words like Nelithir, and then you hear specific like in different parts like avoid. We don't like the only thing you really grab your attention is some younger guy is talking about dealing with the underground, and some older guy immediately just kind of gets up in his face and just says, "We don't go down there. That's not our territory." But that's all you really notice.
Gotcha.
But if nothing else is gonna happen, you all can meet up in the mess hall at this point.
Sure.
When I see Helga, I'll be like, "Best friend, we meet again."
Oh, it's you.
You
again.
What's up, buddy? And then sit down with my arm around her shoulders.
Helga's just gonna play along because she just wants to get the hell out of here as fast as she can. So she's just gonna like
Do
play
not
punch
touch
her
me.
in the shoulder. No, play punch her in the shoulder. Like, all right, we're gonna play
Like a
this
little-
game of like, oh hey, you were my caravan buddy, and then you said like, hey, we can get out of here, and then hey, no, you're not gonna get out of here. And what was that about loyalty?
And then hey.
Play
just
punch, but harder than just.
see. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
punch.
thinking. Like a little too rough. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, you strong, bestie. Ah, dang.
Wow.
At least she didn't go for the ears.
Oh, this is Renora. We've known for a while, or we've known each other for a while, but I didn't see that she was down there. Just saw, so took her on out, join our little group.
Yeah, me
So
and
your
Kate are
friends-
going way back.
You're
Renora.
friends with someone who attacked the dragon, and you're also friends with someone who loves the dragon. How's that gonna work out?
Yeah, she doesn't have the best of
Yeah.
morals, but
I
that's why
just-
I'm here.
Man, when you see an angry mob, do you not just want to join it? Am I right?
I
And look
agree,
over
yeah.
and
I
you're
like a good
this
party,
guy
too."
knows. This guy knows.
Yeah, I like a good party.
And the angry
Absolutely.
mobs.
So
No,
hype
you
the
have to
crowd,
start
man.
the mob. Oh.
Yeah.
The officer mentioned that we have a friend that's looking for us, so I think that's my little friend Mexis. Pretty sure she's gonna get us out of here.
Yeah, your little friend Mexis, you say she's. How long have you known her?
a while now.
Mixus?
Oh yeah. We'll
Okay,
look back.
so why haven't you taught your friend what personal boundaries are? Because again,
She
if
has no personal boundaries. You'll get used to it. It's okay.
She the one that's friends with the dragon.
yeah,
Is she gonna be upset about this whole thing?
I don't know.
Yep.
She's
Could
probably
come up.
more excited of the fact that I'm a puppy, apparently, which is mildly offensive.
Great. Yes, I'll distract her with that point. Thank you.
Oh
Do you
no,
play any
thanks.
Best,
instruments,
you come up with the
Renora?
best ideas.
Renora, he asked
Oh.
if you played any instruments. Wake up.
I
Do you
didn't
do you
hear
play
it.
any instruments, Renora?
What? No.
No. Well, think about
Do
it.
you?
Because we're starting a band. Yes. Oh,
We're
I
starting
have
a
this in
band.
place.
Wait,
We're
when
starting
were
a
we
band.
starting a
Yes.
band?
Oh, really? Who's?
Yes.
Sorry, who's all in this band?
Yeah,
this
We,
week?
yeah, Xander,
Mexis
who's all in
is
this
known to
band?
play. I've heard has been known to dabble, and we're just making it up as we go along.
Cool.
Is
Yeah,
this the
I
is this
have
the
a-
Froyo band?
Yep.
Well, it is an
our
unrelated to
first solo.
Froyo.
I'm gonna turn to Helga and be like, "Are you in this
Yeah.
band?"
I don't want to be. I
What
don't
do you
think
play?
so.
She sounds like a great drummer. She would.
I was
love
gonna say I've been known to play the drums back in the tribe, but I mean
and that's it. That's it. That's our drummer.
And then I'm
But I
gonna
don't
turn
really know if my drumming and his whatever the hell and Mixus's little triangle are gonna be, the little
gonna be
band
a
he
great
thinks it is. But he thinks
So-
he's
I think it'll be amusing.
he thinks,
You're
oh
not-
no,
you're not
if we're
in
getting
this."
roped in. If we're getting
It's
roped
not-
into this, I think if we're doing this, we need a vocalist. I vote you.
Me or Fierna?
No, fear not.
What's Fierna doing? Are you in this
Vocalist.
band?
I'm juggling daggers.
Oh,
I'm
can
Oh,
I do something
I
cool
love
like that?
Yeah, like, wait a minute. When did I get roped into drummer?
I'll be a drummer. Shit. Watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start like bang on the table incoherently, like no rhythm whatsoever.
With the silverware, just
Yeah. Watch this fucking sick drum solo.
Oh, I love the energy. Oh my god.
I would like
I
to
can't wait
imagine
to
that
write
she
a song.
hits the silverware just right on the plate where the plate just goes flying.
I just put my head in my
Cred.
hands and shake my head like I have made the worst mistake ever.
Yeah, fair enough. You certainly keep the interesting crowd around you. I mean, but yeah, no, seriously though, you might want to teach the little one about space and how to maintain it, because
She seems
All
very
right,
high
that's
energy. Like I
She don't
can't.
need-
Nobody can match
she
that
can-
energy.
we could get her a crossbow. She only needs one hand for that. Maybe she'll learn. Maybe she'll learn.
And good luck with that. She is far sneakier than I think you give her credit for. And she did kind of save your ass back there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
I
did
agree.
she though?
Did she?
Did she?
I mean,
did.
she summoned a.
We were
stag?
unconscious.
Yeah, someone stagged out of nowhere. All I just felt was
saved your
vibrations. Yeah.
We
I'm
were
thankful
only
for that.
unconscious because, again, little boy Blue over here decided to be a
I
hero.
just wanted to go down the stairs.
Yep.
What do you mean you
He-
want to be a hero?
He wanted
I do.
to.
I am saying the magnificent. Thank
He
you.
wanted.
Oh, nice to meet you, hero. As I like.
Yes.
And then Helga's just like,
Hero.
hey, I get you. Yeah. He thinks he's magnificent. Funny, right?
This guy.
It's hilarious.
This guy.
But entertaining.
This is what the fans want to see,
Yes.
I can't disappoint the fans.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Can't.
God, I wish this place had alcohol.
Wait, it doesn't?
They might.
They have leaf water. They have leaf water.
Oh, it's dry.
Well,
Different
it's for the
flavors of
DM.
leaf water.
Is that tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
For the DM.
Hmm.
With my background as a soldier, would I know where this area would keep their secret stash of alcohol?
Because you know they got it.
Give me an intelligence check. Give me an intelligence check.
love it.
Oh, yeah, we're about to get wasted.
Can't I find my intelligence? Obviously, it's not for It's 8.
8.
See, we're rolling great tonight.
I mean, you know, they would have somewhere where they would have confiscated liquor of different kinds, but you've never been in this building before, so you don't even know like the layout. Especially since you're like only in like the spot that you've crossed so far is only about 5% of the whole building, so you have nowhere to really know where to start since there's no like labels of where to go. You just know like, oh, if I just go further, that's what this room is, but there's no map of the place. You would assume that confiscated would be in a specific like lockup area, but you have no idea where that would be without getting a map of the place.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut then.
But also, if we run into that dragon again, you're gonna apologize, right? Nora.
Who?
Oh, was that not your name? I thought it was
I'm
Renora.
gonna what? No, that's me, but what do you want?
You're gonna apologize for attacking the dragon, right?
To who?
Okay, small words, got it. Apologize, understand, yes. To the... Yes,
Why are you
understand.
going so slow?
Dragon.
Who is doing that?
I don't.
No,
think
I'm just messing with you. I gotcha. I'll say I'm sorry. Whatever. Just say, oh, I'm so sorry. Just like that. Is that
I mean,
good?
hey, if the dragon eats you, that's fine. That means more food for me. So
then why would I
you know.
apologize to him? What? If he's
Say
gonna eat
the
me?
dragon remembered her.
If you want to stay
Or
on
him,
your jail
sorry.
cell, I think you'll apologize.
Fine. Okay, Mom.
She's such an angsty teen, and I love it.
Yes.
I'll apologize to the dragon or whatever. It's not my fault. I'm not going straight to the mob or anything.
What was that?
Nothing.
Her ear rotates. Like what? I could have sworn I heard you say something. You know, a little louder for the people in the back.
All right, we're gonna switch back to Mexis.
Okay.
So, after getting some food in your system and enjoying the garden,
Totally stuffed my
you start.
whole mouth.
It's like
If you
I
look
have a
back at the
food baby.
hourglass,
I have a whole food baby.
if you look back at the hourglass, it is like the last 2 pieces of sand left.
Oh, oops. And then goodbye. And I run.
Okay, so you start running upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way upstairs, and you start kind of the way that you were introduced in your way in, as you do see the matron standing there. She's wearing a different garb now. It looks like she actually is like wearing like battle armor. She went from wearing like a white cloak to now actually, it still has it on, but now she's wearing like a black leather, like a studded leather like corset on over it with also some pauldrons, and then she kind of like decked herself out with some simple leathers, but it's very extravagant as what she's wearing. And then she has
Your outfit is so pretty.
and she's like sheathing up her long sword, and she's like dusting off. She's like, oh, thanks, I had this custom made a long time ago, but as she's just kind of refitting it around herself, I don't get a chance to wear it too much, but
Like how long ago?
God, it's probably been 50 years.
That's not very long.
To certain people it is, certain people it's not. But geez,
Wait. How old are you?
but one does not
Or am
ask
I
another
not allowed
person's
to
age.
ask? Wait. Am I not allowed to ask humans that?
Well, remember, as she looks at you, I am not a human.
You kind of look like a human.
And you look just like a goblin and a gnome, but I don't call that out, do I?
What's a goblin? What's a gnome?
She's just like, she just stands up, she's like, never mind. And she's like, come on, we gotta get going.
Okay.
And she starts walking out. As you see to the right, as you're going back outside, you're actually now walking outside against the actual wall of the actual mountain. And on the other side, there's actually this large.
Oh.
It's like a half carousel. It starts off at one point, and it starts slowly but surely pulling you away from the mountain and then dropping you back into the base of the mountain.
Whoa, this is so cool!
As you go into this one little spot that can fit up to like 5 people as you go in it, and she kind of pulls on like a pulley system and then just starts like slowly but surely just kind of like moving its way down as you're able to see over most of High City of the High City itself.
Wow!
As you see a vast town beneath you, the map that I have does not show the vastness of it, but it is a huge city of what you could quick count of at least over 100 different buildings by itself, not including the prison.
Oh, so cool! So
Um,
this is what you said? This is, what did you call it? Engineering?
and this is what a lot of humans decide to make when they decide to build, and yes, it is engineering when they make it. As you're about halfway down,
It
it's
is like magic.
I mean, it's
It is like
similar.
magic.
It's
Oh.
similar. I mean, it allows you to use properties of magic without actually casting any spell slots. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Fun.
As you start getting closer down, you do see. Oh, and I am dropping some frame rates. As you do see.
Ruh-roh.
Sorry. You start to notice that the group of like about 20 different soldiers are waiting at the bottom. They don't have weapons like unsheathed in hand or anything like that, but they're all just kind of like standing there. A couple of them are sitting down. There's one that's wearing a more fully armored that's kind of waiting for you as you get down, and he just kind of
Are
opens
those
up.
the people you were talking about?
This is the garrison I was mentioning. They're going to provide us a direction to the prison without us having to fill out a bunch of different paperwork.
Oh, okay. Hi!
As the one fully armored opens up the gate for you, as he kind of properly kind of bows, as the matron starts walking out, she lifts up a bit of her dress so she doesn't drag it on anything. As she puts one foot down and the other foot down, she drops down her dress and she just kind of refits her armor. She looks, Captain, ma'am, we're all ready for you. Our chief is all set for whenever you're ready. If we can make haste. Of course, we are working on your chief's time. This is Mexis. She is the
Hi.
acquaintance that I was mentioning. We will deal with whatever your chief's protocol is once we get inside. That'll be sufficient. Follow me. As he starts leading men, points at one group front, other group back. As you're walking way through, and it looks like there's something currently happening in this area since you're not by the prison yet, and there is currently some kind of rioting happening downtown, and they're kind of protecting you as you're walking through, as they have swords drawn. You're seeing like
that looks
houses on fire.
That's strange.